Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into one of the most bizarre, most fragmented documents I have ever seen. It's called the blank manuscript, but trust me, the world it describes is anything but blank. Okay, so at the very heart of this whole thing is a kid named Amal, and he's basically living two completely different lives at once. On one side, you've got Amal the student, drama practice, homework, sports, a first crush, all the normal stuff. But on the other side, you've got Amal the apprentice, and his to-do-list is a little different. We're talking yogi postures, awakening the third eye, decoding alien messages, and fighting wizards, as you do. Let's just let that sink in for a minute. This is not your typical high school goal. Amal isn't worried about getting into a good college. His main ambition is to develop psychic powers so he can figure out what aliens and other supernatural beings are up to. And this training isn't happening in some secret, far-off temple. Nope. It's all hidden in plain sight, right in the middle of his normal life. He's practicing these advanced yogi postures in his bedroom while his friend is literally sitting next to him studying for a test. Or he's doing it on camping trips, deep out in the jungle with his mentor. And here's where it gets really interesting, because this gets to a core theme of the manuscript. For Amal, the magical and the mundane aren't two separate things. They're totally intertwined. His secret, supernatural training actually makes him better at his normal life, so much so that he becomes the top student in his entire class. Now, Amal isn't figuring all this out on his own. Oh no. He's being guided, or you could almost say manipulated, by this group of really mysterious and seriously powerful teachers who seem to be pulling all the strings. First up is Mr. B. Mall, his yogi master. To look at him, he's just a skinny old guy. But underneath, the manuscript says his mental power is enormous and he's got muscles like steel. He's a total mystery too. At one point, he just vanishes in the jungle after a run-in with a giant bear. Poof, gone. And he's not the only one. There are these other figures, like a so-called magic teacher, and this guy, Mr. Cyril, and they're pretty much the architects of Amal's entire weird education. They set up these bizarre adventures that are constantly blurring the line between a lesson and, well, a life-threatening situation. And this is where the story just goes completely off the rails. Amal's training goes way beyond meditation. Suddenly, he's in the middle of these epic adventures that mix ancient dark magic with, futuristic sci-fi stuff. I mean, check out this ritual. To find some old wizard's treasure, he has to sit through this whole ceremony and talk to spirits, who then demand a blood sacrifice. This isn't just a story he's reading in a book. This is intense, it's ancient, and for Amal, it is very, very real. But it's not all ancient history and dark magic. At the same time, Amal has these regular, almost casual encounters with an alien spacecraft. It doesn't feel threatening at all. In fact, it kind of seems like it's watching over him, maybe even helping him out. So through all of these just completely surreal experiences, Amal starts to realize something. He's not just a student following orders. There's a power inside of him, and it is starting to wake up. The whole manuscript is filled with these hints that Amal has this deep, natural power that he doesn't even understand yet. You get the feeling his mentors know all about it. Maybe the aliens are watching because of it. And now he's finally starting to ask himself the big question. And then he starts doing these just impossible things. He stops a charging elephant with his mind. He leaves his body and goes to spy on his parents. He uses these robots that are perfect copies of him and his friend. He even wins a boxing match using only telepathy. It becomes crystal clear that he's not just learning magic, he is magic. And it all comes to a head in this one moment of realization. After he mentally tells a whole herd of deer to run away from hunters, he finally asks the question that's been bubbling under the surface this whole time. Am I a wizard? He's not just questioning what's happening to him anymore, he's questioning who he is. So you'd think all this would build to some big, clear ending, right? Wrong. The manuscript fragments just build to this chaotic, totally surreal climax. And it all happens during a normal school swimming competition. Right in the middle of the final race, a giant crocodile just erupts from the water and starts attacking the students. I mean, the ordinary world of school sports is literally being ripped apart by a monster. It's absolute chaos. And then, in what has to be the most bizarre moment of the whole story, one of Amal's mentors, a wizard named Charmer, shows up with a giant king cobra to fight the crocodile. And who's right there in the middle of it all? Amal, the schoolboy, fighting right alongside them. And that is where the manuscript just stops. It just ends. Nothing is resolved. There are no answers. It's just a collection of these unbelievable scenes that throws us into this whirlwind of magical chaos. And then that's it. So that forces us to ask, what are we even reading here? The story completely defies explanation, which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought. Is this whole thing just a dream, the wild imagination of a schoolboy? Or is it a fractured memory of something that actually happened? Or is it something else entirely, a message from another reality, just bleeding through into ours?